Hello. Good morning. Oh, I didn't fix my hair today. Well, that's a lie, but after I washed it, I didn't fix it. I had to let it dry for a minute. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Remember when I said once you turn on the camera, it starts getting loud? It's one of those things. It was not. I wanted to do a video right now because there's less wind happening right now, and I felt like being on the beach. I may be. Oh, I know. I don't even normally say where I'm at, but it's obvious. It's really obvious where I be at. But yeah, I normally don't stay where I sleep at all. Like the same spot in general. Like I'm usually doing something. But now the buses aren't free anymore. And so that has forced me to be more meditative. There's always something that forces us to be hermit, more hermit than we're already hermit. Isn't that just funny? Isn't that just crazy? Hold on, I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can see it at all. I It looked like they were like on the water. It looked like they were just like moving on their own. I don't think you saw a thing. But I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can't turn it around while I'm recording. But it looked like they were just skating on nothing. Like they were standing, but then I heard like sounds. And usually there's like a kite board or something. This video is not really about anything, so I'm gonna get into detail about this. Like kiteboarding, kiteboarding. Um, I'm new to seeing anything like that. I do believe that they could be more interesting to look at, but I believe the mechanics of it. I get it, but I'll try it one day, and with a customized kite, because I've never flown a kite either. So, excuse me, functional and fun. I was just thinking about how far I could get with the kiteboard, trying to like sail the oceans. But nah, I'm gonna get a boat for that. I want an actual boat. Like I want a boat. I really want a boat. Straight up, I want a boat. Like it doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be big enough. And I guess all boats are expensive, but I wish I could just build a boat. That'd be cool. That would be really cool. I know that takes a lot of work and dedication, but it would be something that if I know that I would put the utmost effort into making it as perfect as it can be, especially because I'm about to sail in it. But I want a boat. I want to be a pirate. And every time I say that, people are like, "Why you want to be a pirate?" And then they'll be like and they'll automatically assume I'm meaning like an actual like a pirate that like steals from others people like I didn't know that pirates were a thing today. So I might run into them. But no, I mean like One Piece. Straight up, One Piece really made me want to be a pirate. Like it made me want to be on the ocean a lot more. I like the story arcs in the show, but I love when they are. I love filler episodes, but I love the right filler episodes. Y'all need to stop playing with them filler episodes. Oh, you're getting so mad. I'm like, why are we talking about this when this is happening? And it's been happening for how many episodes now? Or why are we talking about this? Who is this character? Or we don't care about Big Mom. We do. We do. I'm just tired of seeing her. She's too OP'd and it's annoying. It's actually annoying. So, Sunday just passed. I think there's another episode. I think there's another episode. They've been sometimes they'll skip a couple Sundays, sometimes they'll skip one Sunday, sometimes they'll upload two on a Sunday, sometimes they'll upload every Sunday. It depends on what's going on, I suppose. I have to remember that, you know, making anime probably isn't like the easiest thing in the world, especially since it's so perfect. Um, but I be feeling personally attacked because like it's my life. Like they straight up, I be learning so much from anime. I learned how to deal with my own emotions through anime. I learned how to deal with other people's emotions through anime. I learned how people can change through anime. I've learned, oh goodness. I'm trying to narrow it down to a couple of things because I have a playlist that is on my channel that specifically says like the truth about anime or the truth about marijuana. These playlists don't have any videos in them yet because we've been working on these things for a long time, and so now that we can do it, it all depends on like if we feel guided to do so. Because I wouldn't say the least of my worries is how you guys view anime, but because it's a priority. Everything I choose to keep in my life is a priority. You'll always hear me say that. I do not waste my time. I cannot waste my time. I'm not about wasting my time. So when I specifically say that anime is more beneficial to your life than regular TV, I do mean so. And when I say it, a lot of people will be like, how? Because of the fact that you don't know what the anime is going to look like when when you click on it. You don't know what it's going to be like. You have no idea until you watch it. Even the bad animes are good unless they're just unless some like it's really easy, like it's really hard for me to run into a bad anime, but it's also really easy at the same time because I will entertain the ones that I know are going to be good, but it's like on how they wrap up the ending. Like, is it isekai? Is that how you say it? Yeah, isekai. He, yeah, isekai is like I don't really know who he is. I only know that they call it an isekai anime because of the comment section, and they'll be like, oh, it's an isekai anime, this is gonna be good, or it's a hit or miss for an isekai anime, and I'm just like, that's interesting because I keep running into these. Like, I think Restaurant to a Different World was an isekai anime. I did not finish that. Or is it iseki? No, I think it's spelled kai. Isekai. 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 Yeah. I don't know if they have different ways of saying certain things in Japanese if it's spelled, because I've noticed while I've been learning that like they will spell a word more based off of what it sounds like rather than how to actually spell a certain word. Like they could say Ireland. Oh, no, my bad. They could say Ireland. How to say it in English now? That is English, but it's not. How to say Ireland, and then you could spell it like Ireland, but it wouldn't be spelled Ireland. It's spelled like I love, and that is how you're also able to like how they're able to like make jokes in anime, because there's so many different innuendos that you can do, and they'll be like "Pucci," and that's like ouch, or like onomatopoeias. I love that. These things like it's just spelled different because it sounds different with the letters, but they could spell it the same way if they wanted to. And Mexico is Mexico. I think that's cute. But it's like really obvious what they are, and I like that. So that's a good thing. Let's see. We're on the anime topic, so we might as well just stay on it because I really don't talk about it as much as I want to. Because before this, every single time I start thinking about like, oh yeah, we'll talk about this, Sagittarius. I'm like, so many things are important, and that's just how I channel things. Like it comes out the way it'll come out. Like the most the most that I can stay on topic is if I want to stay on topic, but like I don't see any fun in that, so I just choose not to. And the more that I put myself out there, I realize that that is my thing. It's been my thing, but it's been more like I was afraid to show that it was my thing because everybody likes to have everything like in order and always being what it is that it used to be instead of being something that it could be instead, and thinking in a different way, because I am better at multitasking than a lot of people. However, as a divine feminine, we are organized chaos, and the divine masculine would be more of an organizational person type of thing. And that's when they get their organization down. But that's interesting. That's neither here nor there because I don't want to get off that topic. So, yeah, you will always be like, when is she going to stay on the same topic? I just don't care to. I don't care about it anymore. It's not something that makes me happy anymore. And also, it is like that because I watch anime. And not only because I watch anime, but because I live anime. I don't live through anime, although that could also be very, very true. But like I see it in everything that I do, and so therefore I'm able to make stronger connections because I notice things that people don't normally notice because their vibration simply isn't high enough for these things. And even though there are a lot of people that watch animes all the time, there's a reason why we get stuck in it. I say we because I have the ability to if I was the type of person that didn't do in my life. What is it? A neat. I don't hear that word very often, and I don't really care for that word very often. A neat. Somebody that doesn't leave their house and they only play games and watch anime and all this stuff all the time. For me personally, I could have the ability to be so, but like I'm just a hermit in general, and so when I choose to like be by myself and do whatever I'm doing, it is because that's a part of my day. That's what I'm going to do today. That's probably what I'm going to do tomorrow. But more than likely, you'll see me. I got dressed. I put on my best clothes because I always put on my best clothes. And, I probably went out to go eat. And if I didn't go out to go eat, I probably did something somewhere else. Like I'm active. I'm active in my life. I'm an active participant in my own world. And that alone saves me from being a neat. But also because I would actually need to be like, you know, I would want to be like, how do I say that? I don't want to say that. I You cannot stay in a room and not gain weight if you're just eating and stuff. Like Himoto-san. Some people know who that is. Some people don't. But she makes it, they make it really easy to look like you can, do that at home and stuff. But that's the only thing about anime that is just like, okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Live your life. And if that happens to be a part of your day, and that is what you do in general, but you have variances in what you choose to do, then that's perfectly fine. As long as you're happy and healthy, it really doesn't matter what it is that you do. And I do mean that for people that watch regular TV too. But I really do just think that regular TV is trash. It's trash. It doesn't mean that I won't dabble in it. It doesn't mean that I won't check in every once in a while. I love YouTube. I'll watch a lot of things on YouTube, but I only watch what serves me. And yeah. Oh yeah, for the first time I watched what did I watch? Oh, what the heck was it called? I don't think it was Love and Hip Hop. Cuz maybe I would know more about it. No. Not Jersey Shore. That's different too. The one with Cardi B in it. Was that Love and Hip Hop? But it was like the episode where I'm gonna just say what she said because then y'all know what the episode was, and it's just like if a female have beef with me, she gonna have beef with me forever. And Cardi as a person, she's very dramatic. And I genuinely love that because I'm dramatic. And I wouldn't say that it's dramatic or dramatized in any way because just because that's another thing about anime. We don't hide our emotions. We do not pretend to be feeling something that we're not unless that's their character. But when it's time for them to say something, they say something. And also when it's time for them to like boss up and do something, they work it out. They figure it out, like that courage. They exhibit so much courage and you really get lost in it because it's not acting. Like these are characters, sure, but they're alive. The voices are alive, which is why I don't look down on people that watch dub because I used to watch dub when I was like in 8th grade because I wasn't used to watching anime yet because I didn't really get into anime until like later than everybody else did. And so I just didn't know. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was. And still, I wasn't watching regular TV, really. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I would watch that. That shit's funny. I don't even care. That's funny. See what I mean? Like, I like what I like. But for sure, like all the fakeness, all the adultery, all of this extra stuff. And we could say that harems are the same way. We could say that tsundere people are definitely the same way. But they're very true to themselves in the way that they do these things. And everyone is genuinely happy to be around that person. So to me, anime really is just a lot of love. It's just a lot of love and a lot of hatred. It could be one or the other. And, if there's going to be gore, there's going to be gore. Excuse me. Excuse Excuse me. uh, I'm purging. I'm glad it's coming out my mouth now, though. So, yeah. So, what was I saying? But yeah, it's like it's a real world, and you can believe in possibilities because not only is it in the story and you never know what's going to happen next. Anything can happen in an anime. Like even if you don't know and you thought you knew and then you're going to know, you don't know until it happens in an anime. But every anime kind of has like a sacred blueprint if you really think about it. There's always a beach episode, there's always a fireworks episode, there's always a festival somewhere, there's always like uh what else? There's always like a bathhouse type of episode if they can put like it doesn't matter what era it's in or whatever. I love the like smartphone and this universe type of thing. I hate how those end, but I think they're funny. I like them. I'm watching one called I think it's just called the Gourmet Guild. Yeah, or Gourmet Guild or something like that. And I really like that one because they have full knowledge of like what it is that we do here. However, it doesn't switch in and out and stuff of like timelines or whatnot, but it does at the same time. Also, anime will really fuck you up. Like it'll make you think about different ins and outs of the universe, of everything, because you'll notice something and you'll keep in mind that you noticed. And if you didn't notice, you're like, when did that happen? And like that is just the coolest thing. There's always something happening. But like I feel like in regular TV, regular people TV, I try not to call it that, but I do. Like that's just the way we explain it. A lot of ways that we explain things, I don't like to put people down or try to hurt their feelings in any type of way, but the way that we explain certain things, we just do. And I really just hope that people take it in good intentions because I would never say something that is purposely being like, I want to hurt your feelings. Maybe in my past. Actually, no. I'm not a mean person, but I was a lot more blunt about certain things in the past. A lot more rough around the edges than I am now, for sure. But so yeah, regular people TV sucks to me, and that doesn't always mean that though. There are certain movies that I've watched that I like. There are certain shows that I do like, but I just not enough to watch them at all. and what I have seen, I have enjoyed them. Like if it's more about like who I'm enjoying it with. I've learned that, and if in general it means something to me, it has to hit me in the soul. Like everything that I do, breathe, watch, see, entertain, or anything, it has to hit me in the soul the right way. That's it. And so a lot of what has been put on TV nowadays is just people doing the same blueprint over and over and over again, or like really focusing on the cringe of the world in general. And not only that, but like focusing on all the bad things in the world. Like, why does nothing ever work out in regular people TV? There's always like another path of fuckery. Like there's always just something going on where nobody wins. Nobody wins. Like nobody wins. Nobody wins whatsoever. But in anime, they can at least do something about it to make it better. And then they'll open up the story being like, okay, season 2 is coming through. And we're like, oh, I'm psyched, I'm psyched, I'm psyched. Except for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That guy cannot catch a break. And he died. I shouldn't have said that. But it happens pretty early on because I was not expecting that. But the story still continues, and I still have yet to watch all of season 2. So, and that anime in itself is like, what the heck is this? But it really speaks to you in some way. It's like, what in the world? It keeps you intrigued. It has you like, what is gonna happen next? You just don't know. There's just so much more freedom. There's so much more freedom in anime than there ever was depicted in this world. And as much as people like to believe that just because you watch anime, you're not living in the real world, well, you're living in a world where adultery is your main form of functioning, and lying is your main form of functioning, and shady friends is your main form of functioning, and not loving the people that you have around you the right way instead of it just being on TV, but like in real life, is your main form of functioning. And like, so you don't know what real friends even look like, because on the TV, it's the same friends you got, and they're fake. We, have to learn through certain things, whether friends are real or not. But that is why I'm so adamant about what I know in my world, because I look for these things, because that's how I see my world. And so when I'm feeling some type of way, I want people to notice with me. But the fact that they don't, and I'm like, it's because they don't read my energy or anything like that. And that's just what anime does. I expect it. I really, truly do expect it, because that is how we even vibe with people to begin with. We be reading your energy. And I get that people aren't like me to begin with, but it doesn't mean that you can't learn to be better, because I'm not saying that you have to be like me at all. But like adding that into your life will make it a lot easier for you to know what you should and should not be doing. Because with regular people TV, straight up, it's like, okay, my spidey senses are tingling. It's a superpower. Or, I don't know, she's looking kind of shady, but they don't say anything about kind of like reading your energy, or like, unless it's like we automatically take that as not real. But it's so true. I told my dad, I was just like, I can read your guys' energy. And that is why I don't like to come out of the room, because I invited every one of you to come and see what it is that we do, because my space has been cleared. Like, I have a lot of love. And people that don't know how to read my energy, they feel like I'm not giving them enough love. They feel like they don't know who I am, and that's their own fault, because I'm very honest about what I say. Contrary to anime, I'm very honest about what I say, because I'm honest in what I say. I use those lessons and I make them better for my life. I use it for myself, and that helps me grow as a person, and that helps me be happy with what it is that we choose to do. And so basically, the lady asked me if I was a lifeguard, but I was trying to see if there was another, like a life, because he was in his truck, because I'm sitting at the station. And so, but He ain't nowhere to be found. It's funny though. She thinks I work here. That's funny. If you want more out of your life, you have to believe there's more in your life. But when we look at regular people TV and we like take that and be like, oh, that's not real immediately, or I believe in these things. Like a lot of people believe in vampires. Those are probably the same people that believe in anime too. So straight up. But you know, like if you can believe in certain things like that, then you know anime should be something of more that you watch, because then you'll be able to see more, you'll be able to believe in more, you'll believe that you can have more, and that you're not always wanting for something. I think it's funny that a lot of people that believe in every word of the Bible don't believe that God would do something else to change the earth and it would result in controversy again. Like, I think that's interesting. And it's really because your mind is not open. And that's such a crazy contradiction, really. But yeah, I don't want to get cut off in this video because we're at 26 minutes right now, and that's good enough for me. I wasn't planning on staying up here for too long, but I wanted to talk before it got windy and you couldn't hear because it was, right into the headphones. We don't need that today. So I hope that this video helps somebody out. I do not know if we will recover any of these things again in the future because I already don't know what I said. I just know how I feel it and say it. It's done. It's already done. I just be learning right along with you. And the way that I explain things differently really is spirit explaining things differently. And that helps me be more of me and understanding like, okay, this is how we speak about certain things. So like I'll remember as I need to remember, but excuse me, but I don't remember. So you might just hear this all over again when I actually make a video about anime. I do plan on making these about topics, like actually, even if they don't stay completely on topic, the main point of it will be, this will be going into the truth about anime playlist. It might also go into the Let's Talk with Spirit. And I might as well just put it under God. I put a lot of videos under the God playlist because everything is God, but like if it really is me speaking and I know that it pertains to how I see the very world, I will also add it to the God playlist. But mainly those are like Bible entries or anything really, but those are also pretty interesting too if that is for you. So if you are looking for anything on this channel, be patient. We are working, we have been working, we are more active now, and we will be putting up more stuff. I don't know what type of stuff, I don't know when. I just know that we are actively doing it right now and have been for a minute, so that's good. For me, a minute really does mean longer than 2 or 4 minutes. But it's been like 3 days, and I've been working hard about a lot of stuff and connecting with the Lord and connecting with ourselves on a higher level. I'm going to show you my outfit, although you can't really see it. You will always see this. Oh yeah, also, it really influences my how I, dress in general. Like, I love capes. Not all heroes wear capes, but Mia does. She definitely does. And it's a shawl. Like, it's not really a cape, but like it functions as a cape. It gives me that cape mysterious air, which is funny because I didn't need no help. If anything, this makes me less approachable, but it doesn't make me less approachable really, because that's another thing in anime that they point out. They'll be like, oh, that person looks scary, and it's like, really? And then they'll have like little flowers above their heads and stuff like that. They're like, oh, like, learn to read people's energies, because if you really want to make better friends, treat yourself better like that, because then they'll be able to notice when something's wrong. I hate when I'm feeling some type of way and I can't depend on my friends at all to try to make me feel better, because they don't know how. And that is something that can't move forward in my life personally because I need to have people that stick up for me. Someone stuck up for me yesterday, and he is someone that is a friend to me. He is definitely a friend. He has not made it to the close friend circle, but he definitely treats me way better than anybody that I've, really been in contact with as a friend, specifically because he is infatuated with me. But the way that you handle things in front of your friends is exactly how you'll handle things in private when I'm not there. And the respect that he has for me and the way that he handles things, he specifically said to this dude, he's just like, you don't know who she is. Because he was trying to act up. And this person was being himself, not the person I'm talking about. This person, his friend, was being himself and not in a very kind way. His ego was definitely doing the most. But at the same time, I was being myself and I just happened to be there. And so I was being myself. Like, you're not going to disrespect me. I don't care. And I don't care if you think it's weird that I point out certain things. If I don't like it, I'm going to say something. I will say it in a certain way. But if you get riled up because of it, that's not on me. So this person, my friend, he was like, but he's like, he's like, you don't know who she is. He's like telling her, like, you need to calm down. But like, he didn't say it like that. He was kind of just like, not even kind of, like, he was very adamant about, you don't know who she is. And you know, because he didn't really need to do too much else than that. He just needed to not be against me. He just needed to not be silent. He just needed to not let someone else try to run over me, even though I'm not capable of being ran over. You know what I mean? That's what real friends do. That is what family does. That is what people should do for you in your circle. And I prefer people to do it in a, in a calmer way, a calmer fashion, in a more loving fashion. And that is how he did. I don't want no drama. I don't want no drama. And I'm not going to start drama. But I will say what I need to say. And when I do, my friends need to know that I mean it and not just stand back and watch all the time, because I don't do that for them. And that really made me feel good because I've learned so much about people, but I keep learning how it is that I'm supposed to be treated by the people that I can't even say that I can't even say this person's name because they're not in my close circle door yet, and that's perfectly fine. And that's because we need to see more vibrational growth from them, and they know that too. So I'm very honest about these things. But